Hi guys, thanks so much for tuning into the video and welcome back. It's been a little while since we got the teaser for a brand new SpongeBob game from THQ Nordic, and since then it's had me thinking, when exactly will we get any new information or an indication as to when that'll be? We were only given a tiny teaser from the end of an advertisement for their two existing SpongeBob games, so I really think that they wanted this to go under the radar and not really talked about much. Separately, I think that so little was teased due to the fact that the game may be very early in development. It could simply be in the early stages where most of it is still in the concept art phase, and they may have only just been able to make this tiny announcement with the new ghost models for SpongeBob and Patrick. Now, that's what I think is the case, but I could be completely wrong. Next off, I reckon that whenever we receive new information, it will be a gameplay reveal trailer, so something quite important as we are essentially going into this blind with no information on what this game's about. It will be just like when Cosmic Shake was announced and we were so confused as to what the game was on about. And separately, how it would look and how it would contend to BFBB Rehydrated. But we do have the upper hand in terms of what to expect, as I really can't imagine the gameplay itself differing too much from Cosmic Shake, as that formula seemed so well crafted. I have a feeling that THQ Nordic this time round are going to take a similar approach to marketing, and that the next bit of information will be the first gameplay trailer. In that, I'd really like to see a synopsis for the game's story, as well as a sneak peek on how the game will function. So if there are any new or exclusive movesets or new gameplay mechanics, I'd like that shown off next. Something else I'd really like to see is a secondary character being playable. If the game is going to allow you to switch between ghost form and normal form, maybe this means you can possibly die during a level, and when you do, you take over as the other character still alive. This concept alone opens the door for so many possibilities, and I really can't wait to see what information we get next. In the first trailer, I really would like confirmation as to who's developing the game. At the moment, we're only assuming that it's Purple Lamp due to their previous contributions, but we've actually had no confirmation at all. And with this still up in the air, there may be unforeseen circumstances which mean Purple Lamp are out of the picture for this one, and if that's the case, who's taking over for the new addition into the franchise? It would be really unfortunate if they weren't involved with this, as they clearly love the game series and are competent developers, but possibly handing it over to another team could possibly open up the door to new and inventive gameplay styles, but realistically speaking, I don't think that's the case. Something else I'd really like to see, either in the first trailer or later on down the line, would be a special edition announcement. THQ Nordic as a whole go all out on their special editions, and I personally love the fun edition they created for BFBB Rehydrated, which admittedly, that sits on my desk every day. Though at the moment we have so little information, I don't even know what to expect for a special edition, or whether the game will even get one at all. One gripe I had with the special editions for BFBB Rehydrated and Cosmic Shake, just want to say this is very personal and doesn't reflect on the quality overall, is just that it didn't include an official soundtrack CD or download code for the music, as one of the recent special editions, Biomutant, included an original soundtrack CD. It's really not a game changer, as the BFBB Rehydrated soundtrack, including the original stereo files, are available for purchase on Steam. No current sign of the Cosmic Shake OST being put on Steam, but that's something I hope they look into going forward. Now for this game, I do expect marketing to be somewhat similar to what's been done in the past. So one initial but brief announcement trailer confirming the game's in the works, and then maybe a few months later on, in early to mid 2025, we get a gameplay trailer, or THQ Nordic announce a demo will be playable at somewhere like Gamescom or PAX. It's something they've done before, and I'd love to attend something like that if we know that they'll do it again. However, for their latest licensed title, Epic Mickey Rebrushed, they had a publicly playable demo which was available on Steam, which I found to be pretty good. And that was with Disney allowing them to do that. I really do hope that they're allowed and want to make a demo of the next game, as not only would that be a great bit of servicing for the long-time fans, it's also a great opportunity to get new fans of the game and also gain traction for interest for people who have only watched the show or even brand new fans of the franchise. This really is another golden opportunity for THQ Nordic to make the SpongeBob IP shine, and they are more than up to the task. Quite an important part of the game to discuss would be the theme, as we've had so little information to go off of. We already know that it will have something to do with ghost forms of SpongeBob and Patrick, possibly circling around a Halloween theme. Because the game is confirmed for 2025, I'm gonna only assume that due to the theme, it will probably release between somewhere around September and December, as setting a particular release date so early on could potentially jeopardise the flow of development, so allowing a flexible release window gives the devs more time to polish things off, and also gives the producers and overseers of the project more flexibility on when to decide a final release date. Personally, I'm going to throw a dart blindfolded and I'll assume it will be released in the last half of October, and I'll be sticking to that presumption until anything is formally announced. With it releasing roughly around the time of the new SpongeBob movie, The Search for SquarePants, it could potentially be a movie game tie-in. I think something original would be better than a tie-in, but we'll have to wait until the next teaser for any indication as to what it will be about. I put out a small poll on what people would like to see in the game, as I really like community input, and people came up with some really inventive answers. This first one I've picked mentions a multi-character system, where you play as one character for the first half of the level, and something might happen to that character, turning them into a ghost and being rendered unplayable. Then you'd switch from that character to another and carry on through the rest of the level like that. Straight away, this idea is such a cool concept, and I really would love to see something like that. Next, by C&B Extra, he brought up a really neat idea where there'd be more playable characters, similar to the first comment, and where you can play as multiple characters with unique abilities, and certain ones only being able to access certain areas that would be exclusive to their movesets or abilities. In this comment made by C&B Extra, I agree that Purple Lamp are great at breaking the formula of the games and are inventive on new but familiar feeling ways on how to play. I know I've mentioned about 10,000 times how it will be great to have another game dealt with by THQ Nordic and how good they've been, but I really do want to shine a light on them for how well crafted their products always are, and also have so much passion poured into them. They really do manage to delicately concoct a really fun and joyous experience for all demographics. Whether it's new players, long-time fans, or someone who likes to play games every now and again, they manage to get a bullseye every time. They currently have a strong relationship with Nickelodeon, which formed in 2018, when it was officially announced that they had acquired the license to produce more Nickelodeon games. They must be doing okay, as Nickelodeon hasn't taken the license back, and they do seem to have a very thorough line of communication. Whenever I've spoken with someone at THQ Nordic just about miscellaneous things, I've seen through various messages that their communication with Nick is very open and they speak very frequently. Even small fragments of information like this instill a great sense of hope in me that they will yet again astound us with a brilliant game that will be so well crafted, with all parties thoroughly involved from the drawing board to the final thing. Now, on a very personal note, THQ Nordic have been so incredibly good with me as well. Back in 2020 is when I feel a good communication between myself and them began, as with their help, we were able to get the original stereo music released for BFBB Rehydrated, and of course those tracks were for the original 2003 game. They were so open with me, telling me everything and when they would expect it to be released, alongside with providing myself with a sneak preview of the rehydrated version of Rock Bottom's music a few months before the game even came out. They really rolled out the red carpet for me, and I felt so privileged, and I do still feel so privileged to have had that experience. Separately, in 2023, they even provided me with a review copy of The Cosmic Shake 20 days before release, with an exclusive copy of the uncompressed music files for showcasing that as well. I can't really think of any publisher being this attentive to such a small community member who just enjoys their stuff. And I really felt like I was getting the royalty treatment when speaking with them. Truly a great experience, and I really hope to get either an advanced copy of their new game or its music for reviewing. If any THQ Nordic staff are watching, please know that I'm so interested, and feel free to send me a private message on either my Twitter or Discord. That will all be linked down below. What do you guys want to see in this new game, and when do you guys think any new information will come out? If you have any speculation on when you think it will come out or when we'll get the next lot of info, please be sure to let me know down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.